Have you ever had an event happen in your life, or maybe something, maybe not so dramatic or drastic, that has happened that changed the trajectory of your life? In my case, I've had several things. I could maybe name 5 things that I feel like really changed the way my life, um, started to go after that event. Today, I want to share with you one of those events that it changed, I think, my career more than anything else. So if you're new here, my name is Janet, and welcome to the Second Act Collective. So let's get on with this. I was working, or first, let's just say, at this time, I had, I was married. I had my daughter, my first child. She was about probably 2.5 years at that time. And I was working full time. And I got pregnant with my second child. And the job where I was working for a construction management company. The job where I was working, it was a 2-hour commute. And so it was a very stressful, commute, especially with the weather where I live, where it can be crazy snow and sometimes crazy hot. But that was kind of the commute. I worked on different projects, so most of the time they were out in the outskirts. That's why the commute was so long. My daughter was in daycare at that time, and she had some medical issues that had been going on. So I was taking off a lot of time off work. I was rushing from work to go pick her up, to then take her to the doctor. There was a lot going on. And my husband was helping, but a lot just fell on me. And I felt like I was sinking in this sea of darkness, of depression. I really think at that time I probably was in some form of depression. Felt very alone. I think this is just part of the thing that happens with mothers a lot. I was pregnant, so that added to a lot of things going on at that time. Just emotionally, I was tired. I wasn't sleeping well, due to the pregnancy. I wasn't also sleeping well due because my daughter was sick a lot at night, and most of the time I would take care of her because she just wanted mommy. So, I had to stay up with her and then wake up, at 5 or 4:30 to then get her ready for school, to then go drop her off, to then go to work. And I just remember looking at my life at that time thinking, is this the American dream? Is this what I signed up for when I was told, to come over here in this new country and achieve the American dream? Was this the American dream? Because I was exhausted. I was emotionally drained. I honestly sometimes didn't know when I was coming or going. So one day, I was about 8 months pregnant, and I was trying to, of course, save up as many of my sick days as I can to add to my maternity leave, because here you only get about 6 weeks of maternity leave. Yes, believe it or not, it's not that much. And so I was trying to really save up as much vacation days as I can, and the sick days I can, but it was very hard because, a lot of those days were being taken up by all the doctor's appointments and medical stuff we had to do for my daughter. So you can just imagine, I was not in a good place. Mentally, emotionally, I was just not in a good place. So back to the day that this thing happened, I was, I went to work, and then we had a snowstorm. And remember, I have to drive an hour to the job, to the project that I was working on, and then drive an hour back home. And so I'm 8 months pregnant. I'm already very grouchy. I'm not in a very good place at all. So I get in my car from work, Actually, I left early, about an hour early, because we heard about the snowstorm on the news, and we had to shut down the projects and try to get home safely. So I drive, right? 30 minutes into this trip back home, the snow is horrible. We get stuck like bumper to bumper. I think there was an accident And then just cars were sliding off the road. And this is, how crazy where I live, this is how crazy snow can get sometimes. So I'm stuck on this highway, bumper to bumper with cars. For I think about 2 to 3 hours, we were stuck there because of the many waiting for the road people to come and clear up the road, for the accidents that had happened to be cleared. It was not. It was like a nightmare because at that time I'm sitting there thinking, what if I go into labor right now? What happens? Because even for you to get out of the car, it is snowing, and I think it was probably like 12 or 18 inches of snow out. What happens? So you have to have your car running, and thank God I had enough gas in the car at that time because I'm stuck bumper to bumper. I am scared, because I'm afraid. What if I just, because I'm right about around 8.5 months pregnant, and I'm thinking anytime this child could just decide to come. And what would I do right now? You'd have to go knocking on other people's cars to get help, and just to get even medical help was difficult because they were trying to get the police to get the cars that had, like slid off the road, or people that had been involved in accidents. And that was taking forever. So I sat in my car for about 2.5 hours, really contemplating the choices that I made in life. And that is the day that I believe a lot of the things in my life changed. I cried. And I remember even calling my husband and talking to him for a little bit. But there was nothing anyone could do. Nobody could come and get you out of there because you're just bumper to bumper with cars. And the snow is everywhere. So people were being advised not to even be, excuse me, not to be on the road. So yeah, I remember sitting vividly, even now as I'm telling you the story, I remember sitting there just reevaluating the life choices I'd made, and how I had felt like, this dream that I've had to work in corporate America, to build something. And I was just like, is this worth it? I am commuting 2 hours a day on this job that was paying me okay, but nothing really that I would be like, was crazy. It was worth it. And I'm also thank God, even that day my husband was able to go pick up my daughter. But that was something I was thinking, like, okay, my daughter needs to be picked up from daycare. I need, I should be home. I'm stuck here, I'm pregnant. And I remember sitting there thinking, I cannot continue this way. I cannot live my life this way. The other thing that had happened then is that my husband's job didn't have health insurance. And this is one major thing about living in America, I think, that is not talked about, that, if you don't have a job, or if your company doesn't provide healthcare, then you're kind of stuck. And because my company provided healthcare, that's the reason why I was also continuing to work, right? Because, we needed health insurance, especially for my daughter. So it was just me sitting in that car by myself and thinking, did I make the right choice? And I don't know, maybe you've been in that place where you feel like, I'm here, I'm stuck here. And literally I was stuck, not just stuck in my head and in my life, but feeling stuck literally with the situation around me, and realizing this is how my life felt. Like there was almost no getting out of this, getting out of this lifestyle that, I had kind of built, this career that I was in, the decisions that we've made. I just felt like I was stuck. And, after you cry and you sit and you think, and I just said, no, I can't do this. I cannot continue with this. I cannot continue working the way I've been working. Also working for someone where I felt like I couldn't take time off. And I also felt just because, my daughter was sick, it was just hard to get promoted. because you're taking off a lot of times. And remember, I'm working in a construction industry where men is just predominantly men. And so there was, and at that time, this was what, 14 or so years ago, there was just not an understanding of, I believe, of women working in the construction company and in the construction industry and what came with that. So I stayed there and I said, I can't go back. I cannot do this. I cannot do this tomorrow. I cannot do this. I don't know. I just feel like there was no way I could continue doing this. There was no way I was going to give birth to this child, my second one, and have all the sleepless nights and continue to work for someone. Like, I had to find something else to do. And this was the day that I made the decision that I was going to be an entrepreneur. And I had been thinking about it, because at that time I'd done my MBA in finance and, kind of getting myself ready to, if I ever start a business, and, I wanted to have some financial background in understanding how, like, the back end of businesses work. So I had the degrees, but I was still working for someone, and I was kind of dabbling in the idea of starting a business. But up to that point, I had never really had the push to do it. And I think this was the pivotal moment for me, stuck in that snowstorm. And talking about snow, it's snowing outside. Little fairies that are also kind of melting. It is freezing. So that's why I've got my little blanket here and my tea. But I honestly think that day is the day that I said no more, that I was not going to be working for someone. I was done at that time. I was just done. And, I made up my mind. I wiped up my tears and I made up my mind that this is the day that I start to plan about what my life should look like. I had been in that depression. I felt this depression because I felt that I wasn't fully there for my daughter, because I had to work. And at the same time, I wasn't fully there at work because after time, I was just worried about her and what, because at that time, they couldn't even figure out what exactly was wrong with her, which I think is the worst place to be. So it's like you're at work, but you're still worried about what's happening at home. And at home, you are not fully there because you're exhausted and all these things that are going, and you have to go to work and there's issues at work. And I just felt like I was not present anywhere. At home or at work, I wasn't fully there with my daughter, because I had to go to this job. And yeah, it was just, I just couldn't do it. And I stayed in the car and I said, I'm not going back after I give birth to this child, this second child. I cannot go back. Which is a discussion I later had with my husband that night and in the days to come. Like, I cannot. I have to start something on my own that can give me the schedule, can allow me to be there for my daughter, can allow me to be, there for my kids. And now with the second one coming into play, that was another expense in daycare that we had to consider. Because in the end, you feel like you're working, but you're spending so much money in daycare that it's like you're just working for the daycare. By the time you work and your taxes are removed and everything else, it's like, what exactly am I working for here? So I that was the day for me. That was the day that I said, I have to start something. No more dabbling, no more. I just made up my mind. I will not be going back after I give birth to this child, after my maternity leave. I will not be going back. We're going to have to figure something out. And we did. We did. I mean, after that decision, after that snowstorm, we did. And that's when the business that we had for 12 or so years, that's when it started, the first business that we had. I said, I have to start something. And of course, I went into a construction management business because that's kind of where I was, I'd been there for 20 years or so. So I was very comfortable starting there. But this is I would say, the turning points, one of the turning points in my life that I had that had to do with my career. and starting the entrepreneurship journey. This snowstorm really pushed me into this. It was the push, I guess, that I needed to just wake up from the dabbling that I've been doing and, to do something. So that's really what I wanted to share with you guys today. It's just the story of how I began my entrepreneurship journey, to then, of course, have the business, and then to later on decide to move into a different business altogether after 12, 13 years. Because I also got burnt out with that. It's like there's just so many things that excuse me, can happen. But that was the first, I guess, pivotal moment for me into the world of entrepreneurship and starting a business. And it was not easy. The first year or two, it wasn't easy. It's never easy when you start a business. Even though I knew the industry and knew some people in there, I did not. It wasn't easy, and it was a learning curve to just learn. It's one thing to go and do an MBA in finance and learn about business. It's something to actually have the business and have to do day to day with the stuff in it. But that's a story for another day, right? So this is what I wanted to share with you today. So that we all have different stories. You probably have your moments when that was when something happened that drastically changed your life. And if you do, please share in the comments. And also, if you're a mom and you've gone through this thing of working and taking care of your kids, and the struggle and the guilt that you feel, which I think I might have do a DVD. I mean, what am I talking about DVDs? I might do a video. Oh, I know why I'm talking about DVDs, because we're talking about this movie called The Good Dinosaur. Here I digress, but here we go. I was talking about with my daughter this morning, asking about we're talking about dinosaurs, and we have a DVD movie, which I think now is on Disney anyway. But this was back when my daughter was so young and she used to watch DVDs. Yes, DVDs back in the day. And there was a DVD that she liked that was called a movie that she liked that was called The Good Dinosaur. So we're talking about DVDs. That's why the DVD thing is coming into my head. This is my mother brain thing going on here. But what is it for you that has been pivotal, or what event, what thing happened in your life that changed the direction of your life? Whether for you, if you're a mom, to decide to stay at home with your kids, or maybe that forced you to start a business. What was it? So share in the comments. Let's hear what you have to say, and I would love to know your story and what happened to you. I think this is important for women to share. So again, if you're new, this is Janet, and I will talk to you next time. Before I go though, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that YouTube can know that this is what we're talking about, and spread the news. And also, please subscribe to to my newsletter in the Substack. The link is in the description, but I do share some things in there that I don't necessarily share here. So subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.